Channel 12, Weekend Edition, starts now.
One housing authority wants to bump millions of dollars into renovating a housing project, but not everyone is on board. We get the facts on both sides of the story. Good morning, Eastern Carolina. It's Saturday, July 12th. Thanks for waking up with us. Time now is 7:30. I'm Kyle Horan. We're going to get to that story in a second, but first, joining us, Storm Track 12 meteorologist Jonathan Wen in the Weather Center with a first look at your forecast. Thanks, Jonathan. $27 million renovation idea for a Craven County public housing complex is buzzing with controversy. News Channel 12's Avery Harper researched the plan and joins us in the studio with more. Craven Terrace is one of 3 public housing complexes in New Bern. Deputies say 3 men admitted to breaking into dozens of cars to support their heroin addiction in Onslow County. Detectives arrested 20-year-old Calvin Roman, 19-year-old Manuel Amejia, and 23-year-old Jamel Brown. Investigators say they believe the men are responsible for more than 60 vehicle break-ins since January. They face several charges, including larceny, possession of stolen property, and conspiracy. Onslow County deputies are looking for a 4th suspect, 30-year-old Nicholas Peralt. The Halifax County Sheriff's Office is looking for a man wanted on 2 counts of bigamy. Investigators say 50-year-old Tony Hilliard originally married in 1989, then remarried twice after that without divorcing his first wife. Deputies say Hilliard has connections to the Enfield and Rocky Mount areas. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact the Halifax County Sheriff's Office. A Wilmington man is arrested for allegedly molesting a dog. 46-year-old Jose Vasquez faces charges of crimes against nature. Witnesses say they witnessed the crime in a car in a hotel parking lot. Bystanders knocked on the car's window, and Vasquez reportedly took off running. Police found him 3 hours later. The tension between Israelis and Palestinians is at a breaking point. The death toll in Gaza is rising, and there's a real possibility Israel will send ground forces there. ABC's Martha Raditz has the latest from Israel. Palestinian health officials say at least 103 Palestinians, including dozens of civilians, have been killed. More Republicans are joining the fight to sue President Obama. They say he changed Obamacare's employer mandate by executive order without the proper process through Congress. House Speaker John Boehner promises to bring a lawsuit claiming the president abused his authority. The White House calls the suit, quote, a political stunt. Some Republicans backing the move want to make the same change to U.S. law. Time now is 7:38 on your Saturday morning. As we head to break, let's take a live look outside to our Atlantic Beach cam off the channel marker. You can see the skies clearing, blue skies out there, and very sunny it looks like. When we come back, Jonathan has a full check on your weather. Stick around, just a couple minutes.
I'm glad I'm still alive, because most people aren't even that lucky.
The Cooksies have had both kinds of luck the past few days. Bad luck when John Cooksey was shot while driving home from work Wednesday morning. And good luck that the bullet that entered his neck, just behind the ear, didn't kill him.
Last night, I was driving home from work basically, and I heard a loud pop come through my driver's side window. And I reached up and I was bleeding.
Cooksey was shot here on Highway 70.
Here's the old water park, Captain Bly's. Cooksey says whoever shot him, he thinks he did it out of these woods here, perhaps a little bit down the road, and he didn't realize that he had been shot until he was 50 to 60 yards past the old water park.
Cooksey felt blood around his head. He stopped at a gas station and called his friend. An ambulance picked him up.
I didn't think it was a gunshot wound at all. I didn't feel like I got shot. It just sounded like a loud balloon popped in my ear.
Doctors gave Cooksey a CAT scan and an X-ray. The latter revealed a bullet in his neck. It was the first time any of them realized he had been shot. The bullet is very close to an artery and Cooksey's spine.
They said if it was a millimeter or so either way, that it would have probably ended my life.
And the bullet's there to stay. Doctors decided it's safer to leave it where it is than operate on his neck. Now Cooksey just hopes whoever did this is caught.
I feel very lucky, actually, that I'm alive still.
On a racetrack in the eastern North Carolina countryside,
Green flag!
The sound where the rubber meets the road is deafening.
It's extremely loud. Man, this is fast.
It was crazy.
Yeah, what he said. Woo!
For these crazed fans, thrills ride on the chassis of many horses. This stallion is breeding a second-generation driver. Chuck Godley's 1993 Ford Mustang is a family heirloom. But even though number 64 is Chuck's car, he's not the one driving it.
I know he would have wanted me to do it. He would have liked to see me race.
On August 27th,
He died in a car wreck
on VOA Road
in a head-on collision.
in Washington.
Got the phone calls. I think it was around 10 or 11 at night, 10, something like that.
Somebody came up here and knocked on the back door and said Chuck's been in a wreck and it's pretty bad.
It's been a while, but it's still tough.
The honor of driving 64 has fallen to his biggest fan. For Lee Campbell, Chuck's 17-year-old half-brother, driving the car seemed natural.
When my brother died, I mean, I wanted to race, of course, but taking over was something different. But now that he passed away, I mean, I kind of have to. I got to keep it going, you know.
Number 64 is taking on new meaning.
That's just his number. It's the only way I can explain it. That's just his number.
With a set of new tires, it's a monument on wheels. But Lee has a big seat to fill. Chuck won his first race when he was just 13 years old.
The class that he first started in, it was all new people. They had never driven before. He had never driven before. And he went out there, and I think he won his first race ever.
In 15 years of racing, he won 3 championships at the Speedway in Robertsonville.
Sometimes he started in the rear and maybe 10 laps he'd be in front.
We kind of caught us off guard how good he really was at it, but it was his thing.
He knew only one thing: go to the front.
I plan on putting a picture in the car so I can always have me with him when I'm racing.
Chuck will be there, no doubt about it. He'll be right beside him. He'll be saying, go fast, run over this one.
Lee Campbell driving that famous number 64, made famous by the great Chuck Godley.
These seasoned vets were his rivals. But if divine intervention can't help Lee's chances, what will?
Kevin Pierce jumping out into the lead.
He's in the back, but he hadn't tore anything up, so he's doing good. He's getting used to it.
The scoreboard tells the story. Number 64, 5th place in a division with 5 cars.
It's Pierce, Barnes, Whitehurst, and iPod.
If he makes it through the first one, that'll get him incentive to do better next time.
Out of turn number 4, Kevin Pierce. Your winner, the car number 12 of Kevin Pierce.
But you don't have to be in first to be a winner in this crowd.
We just got to carry them with us, you know, just like they always do.
The act of showing up is enough.
Chuck Godley. We miss him, we love him. His legacy will live on forever here at the East Carolina Motor Speedway.
How'd it feel?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Think you have an easier time next time? Getting used to it?
I'll just have to get better.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can do.
In Robertsonville, Kyle Horan for Fox Eastern Carolina News.